Big Blue Nation, salute. We here. New York Giants BGF Podcast. We here, man. Oh my God. It's been a lot. It has been a lot going on, man. Like these past 2 weeks, it's so crazy, man. Like it's heartbreaking. You know what I'm saying? Like for us die-hard Giant fans to be able to go through this. That first week was like real harsh to watch. You know what I mean? Like I'm starting to look at the play calling and stuff. Starting to look at the coaches. I'm really starting to look at the coaches because like these calls, like definitely from that the Commanders game, um, it was just bad. You know what I mean? Like we didn't even have all our best defenders in at the same time through most of the game. So I don't really know what they was trying to do with that. I don't know what they was trying to like prove. Um, Brian Dable has to be more, on top of, his coaches. You know what I mean? He got to be more on top of his coaches. So going into week 2, we already was bad. We already was bad. I'm gonna just bring up with bad dog radio. Shout out to Bad Dog. You know what I mean? He was so fierce. You know what I mean? Coming out of week 1, and I was kind of feeling this way a little.
Lie. I am really, I have absolutely had it with this fucking garbage organization. I have had it. I have tried to be patient. I have tried to defend these guys. I've tried to defend Shane. I've tried to defend Dable. I've tried to be positive. Fuck it. I'm done. I am done. No more defending these guys. No more believing in these guys. You got to show me that you actually know how to play football before you fucking fool me again. I'm done. Done. The Giants every year, this is the third
You went crazy. And I actually, agree somewhat. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, definitely myself, like even when our roster didn't look good, I always gave us the benefit of the doubt. It's like we can't get the offensive line together. We had Andrew Thomas been out the first 2 games, and it really hurt us because he needs to be there for the offensive line to work the way it needs to work. You know what I mean? When we was in preseason, the offensive line was moving, we was running. This week, it actually, the offensive line actually looked at a little, definitely better than week 1. You know what I'm saying? But we still didn't have Andrew Thomas. And then who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like number 55. I mean, like I don't even really care to know his name. You know what I mean? Tell you the truth. He just came out of nowhere. I don't know where he come from. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Like he was definitely a disappointment. You know what I mean? We had penalties that held us back. We still was in control of the game. But the penalties, it's like the Giants just got like a bad luck thing about them. Like when we have a special play, it's like it got to be, called back. You know what I mean? Like it just turned the whole minimum everything. We had a punt return by what's his name? Shesky. Oshesky. And I like him. I like Suck. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he made the team because he at first they said he didn't make the 53-man roster. So I was like, damn, you know what I mean? Because he's actually good, as we could see. You know what I mean? He had a kick return that started us off and got us in good field position. What happens? You know what I mean? A flag. You know what I mean? So it's called back. I just can't believe it. Like just and I'm watching it. I'm You know what I mean? From the beginning to the end. I had the red zone on as well in between like commercials, but you know what I mean, when the Giants is on, that be my main focus. Um, who is this guy right here? You know what I mean?
Cowboys trying to find the end zone. Prescott pressured. Prescott lofts it. End zone. Lamb incomplete. Banks the coverage.
Flags everywhere. So initially a really nice job creating pressure. And then
Robinson Harris.
That's where the flag came in. Then there was a
4 fouls on a play.
4
men, defense, personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 95. Pass interference, defense number 2. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
No way.
Offense number 88. All fouls offset. Replay third down.
4 penalties on one play.
Oh my
what
God.
are we doing?
Yeah, I think they missed a fourth.
But that, you know what I mean, offset the play, right? This guy, I really do not know who this guy is, man, Flores. He really messed us up a lot. We had good plays. We had that play. Oh God, that went to Robinson, and you know what I mean, he almost scored, but this
How
guy
can James
right
Hudson stay in this game at this point?
He's not. They just took him out. They just put in Marcus Bowe.
The first down counts.
He's had enough. So let's be clear here. All right, so the result of the play stands. It is a first down. They will mark the 15 yards on the end of the play. So here, let's take a look here at the end. Yeah, so they're going to say he just pushes his head into the turf there at the end, and Brian Dable on the sideline is losing his mind.
Now look at that. Hudson. Now you need to jump into the Hudson River. You need to jump into the Hudson River, man, because like he had so many bad plays that was within that quarter. I mean, that was within that quarter. You know what I mean? They should have went with Bo, you know, from the beginning. It's like, who is Hudson? Like, he wasn't around. Like, who is Hudson? I know Bo, that's not, you know, his original position, but you know what I'm saying? Come on, when you're young, you should have young feet. You should be able to, you know, play the guard, play the tackle, whatever is needed. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is needed. You know what I mean? So for the Giants not to make that happen and then stick with the dude, because they kept him in, and I believe when they kept him in, you know what I mean, he had another penalty. The dude had another penalty, and he was all over the place. Like, I couldn't believe it, you know what I mean? But I will say, you know what I mean, Russell Wilson was phenomenal, you know what I mean, up until that last throw. It was phenomenal. 450 yards, 3 touchdowns. You know what I mean, he was phenomenal. 1 touchdown to Robinson and 2 to Neighbors. It was just phenomenal. You know what I mean? I really didn't understand, though, the play calling with bringing in Jackson Dart just for those little handoffs, even though, you know what I mean, on one of those plays that he did do, you know what I mean, Cam Scatterable had, you know what I mean, had a run for like 20-something yards, you know what I mean, which was definitely a good look. You know what I mean? I don't know. We can't say the same feel would have happened with Russell, because they know if Dart is in the game, if Russell passes so good, they're not going to have Dart come in and pass. You know what I'm saying? So obviously the defense knows it's a run. So we was lucky on that play. Then the other play where he, you know, tried to do, a run Jackson Dart, he slipped up on a play. And plus, he probably wouldn't have went anywhere anyway. You know what I mean? I'm glad he did slip up, because dude was running at him so hard. Never know if he would have got hurt or not. You know what I'm saying? That could have jinxed the whole season. You know what I'm saying? That could have jinxed the whole season. You know what I mean? But Russell it's on fire. You know what I mean? Like we was going. Robinson made a lot of the, even though Neighbors, you know what I mean, was the star receiver, but Robinson was the X factor. He made the plays that we needed when it counted. You know what I mean? He made all the plays that we needed when it counted. You know what I mean? That's how I see that. You know what I mean? It was a play that Neighbors dropped the pass as well. You know what I mean? It kind of went a little behind him, but it was catchable. You know what I mean? Like, as receivers, it can touch your hands. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't just his hands. It was like through the arms. You know what I mean? And, he dropped that. You know what I mean? So we got to get better on that. But this was a brilliant and great pass.
From the 29, a first down throw. Look at end zone. There's Malik Neighbors. There's a touchdown for New York.
When he threw it, I thought he might have overthrown it, but when you can elevate and high point a ball, I'm not sure if you can overthrow Malik Neighbors, and that's now the second time in this first half he's just run by.
Come on. You know what I'm saying? They can't guard him. We know we got that. We got that Odell Beckham factor. You know what I'm saying? Only thing I just feel he's stronger than Odell was. So, you know what I mean? But I know he can make the same plays, but it's like that, you know what I mean? Like, he had a big game. The receivers had a big game. Also, I'm just trying to, you know what I mean? Like, our tight ends did good. Like I said, Cam Scatterable, he was the factor. He rushed for 45 yards. He was the factor. And we didn't even give him the ball enough. We didn't give him the ball enough. You know what I mean? It was a play that messed us up, too, where I forgot what it was. I think we was down. If I'm not mistaken, we was down by 4. And we could have got the field goal. We could have went for the field. I was saying, let's go for the field goal. And what they do, they go for it on 4th down. We inside of and mind you, I believe we was inside. We was in the red zone. We was in the red zone, probably like inside the 10, somewhere like that. But they goes, you know what I mean? They goes, it's like, okay, we don't have to go through everything, the points. And you see, we lost by 3 points. So if we would have got that 3 points, you know what I mean, we would have won by 3. They wouldn't have had the option. They wouldn't have had the opportunity to tie it, you know what I mean, to take the game into overtime. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have had the chance. You know what I'm saying? You got a kicker that's kicking it from the parking lot, or it's kicking field goals from the parking lot, and y'all give them that chance. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing, man? Like, that's just, like, foolish. You know what I'm saying? Like, Big Blue Nation, we deserve better. We deserve better. I don't know what's going on. I really like Cam Scatterable. We need to get him. You need to have at least 20 touches a game. You know what I mean? Like, you need 20 touches a game. You know what I mean? And I'm talking about, like, running the ball. You know what I mean? We need Andrew Thomas back. Hopefully Andrew Thomas will be back. You know what I mean? We definitely need him because, like, going into this game with the Chiefs, we need him in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need Andrew Thomas. We don't, I mean, it ain't like the Chiefs got a big rush, a defensive rush, and they can't block for none neither. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles had Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? Like, he couldn't even go nowhere. He was like a sitting duck at times, to where he was just passing all crazy, all over the place. He couldn't get it together. He wasn't comfortable. You know what I mean? So the Giants have a defensive line to do that. You know what I mean? And also, you know what I mean? Like, I was secondary. Like, I'm not, besides Okereke, I'm not really seeing much from our linebackers as well. I'm not really seeing much from our linebackers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the secondary, You know what I mean? They was doing okay. It could be better, but with the defense, because you know why? Because the strategy for the defensive line is not that good. You know what I'm saying? Because if we attacking, you know what I'm saying, then we got to force him out. And it's not like Prescott. Yeah, he's strong, but he's not like fast. He's not one of them quarterbacks where it's like Daniels. You know what I'm saying? Like toe tap it and you know what I mean? Like left, right, right, left. You know what I'm saying? Like you're playing a video game. He ain't one of those type guys. You know what I'm saying? We need to. I was just so disappointed with that. Like I said, I was disappointed with that. We couldn't. You know what I mean? You got to take the points when it's there. You don't have to go for every fourth down. You know what I mean? I said if it was like fourth down in inches or something like that, then that's different. You can't be going for every fourth down. Can't be going for every fourth down like that. You know what I mean? I don't see how that makes sense. Don't see how that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, damn. It's like I don't know, man. It just feel like a jinx. You know what I mean? Every time we play against the Cowboys, man, it's like either like they beating us up or we playing good against them and don't finish. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as that last throw by Wilson, I don't know what happened on the play. I don't know what it's like. Neighbors was going one way, he threw it the other way. You know what I'm saying? Neighbors was going one way, he threw it the other way. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with right there. You could have probably stepped up and you know what I mean, just stepped up and try to run out of it, or just throw it out of bounds. You threw it that deep. You could have threw it out of bounds. You know what I mean? Close to where he was at. You could have threw it out of bounds and we would have had another play. At that point, I'm like, but even with us taking a lead, right, with neighbors, with us taking a lead, and that was on this.
From the Dallas 48. Wilson protected. Heaving one. Wants Neighbors. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown Giants. He dropped it in the bucket from 48. Vintage Russell Wilson.
Asked about this unit kicking to.
Now look at that score and look at the time right there. Right? You scored and it was 30-some seconds. How the hell you let Dallas get in field goal range? How you let that Dak Prescott run for a 16-yarder to solidify them in field goal range? They was like, before that, they was like at the 40-yard line or the 40-something yard line. So he would have had to catch if he's so good at kicking 60 yarders and all that, he would have had to do it again. But no, like the Giants defense just breaks down some type of way. And they was playing good before that. It's like, you know what I mean? Like how does that happen? What is Shane doing? Like he needs to go. Because like he needs to go. Like we need him out of here. Because like he cannot call the right plays when you got a legit defensive line. That's why, you know what I mean, our best defense coordinator was Spag. Spag over there in KC, they don't really have the defensive players that the Giants have. If Spag was over here, we would look better. You got to remember, you know what I mean? We had that NASCAR type line, like how, you know what I mean, that made us win the Super Bowl. Both times against the Patriots, we had a NASCAR defensive line. But they was just gone both times. You don't have that. You don't have that defensive coach that could put them in, position to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what's going on. I don't even see Carter like that. Like, what's all the hype about if he's not going to play that many snaps? If he's going to come in there, I don't even know how many. He probably had like 20-something snaps, if that. I wasn't even really seeing him. Wasn't really seeing him. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Burns, Thibodeau, you know what I mean? Also, Dexter Lawrence, you know what I'm saying? You got to step your game up more, too. Got to step your game up, too, Dexter Lawrence. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're all pro, and I'm not really seeing it. I'm not really seeing it right now. These first 2 games, I'm not seeing it. You know what I mean? Like, right now, Burns and Thibodeau and Okereke, they really kind of holding the defense down. They holding the defense down. And Phillips, you know what I mean? Phillips played good. You know what I mean? As far as our safety, he played good. You know what I mean? Debo, I know he had a tough matchup. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was times where, you know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, they receivers, they was kind of getting off. They ain't kill the Giants, but they was kind of getting off. You know what I mean? Flat. He was like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, Floyd, it's like, they gotta play better. They gotta put together a better strategy for the defensive line, period, man. Because it's sad going into this week. You gotta give the ball more to Cam Scatterbo, please.
Scatterbo still at running back. He's got it straight ahead for the New York touchdown and his first in the NFL. Giants back in front. Cam Scatterbo back in the building where he started in the Big 12 championship less than a year ago.
Shout out to Cam Scatterbo. You know what I mean? And I was hoping and predicted, I was hoping that the Giants would pick him up before the draft. You know what I mean? It's documented on the page when I was doing the live draft watch. You know what I mean? And I was saying that, you know what I mean, that I hope we get him, and we took him in the 4th round. I was saying that. So now, like, to go against Kansas City, we got to run the ball. Give him at least, like, 20 carries. Give him at least 20 carries. Let him do what he do. We still got, you know what I mean, Tracy. You know what I mean? Like, we still got Tracy his sophomore year. I didn't really see him. Like I said, I don't know what the Giants is doing. What are they calling? What's going on? Any of that. I don't know. It's just looking dull. You know what I mean? Like, we have a good team. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not putting the right system around them, like, how could they be good? It's a team sport. It's not a one-on-one sport. You just guarding your man. You know what I'm saying? Even if corners got to guard the receivers, they still get picked. They still in the system. So we have to you have to be aggressive against the Chiefs. They don't, you know what I mean? Like, they got their number 1 receiver is hurt. We have to attack. We got to run against them. You know what I mean? You know, they secondary, Kansas City secondary is okay. You know what I'm saying? But they could be beaten. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could be beaten. They only gave up 20 points to the Eagles. I ain't saying, like, and they had chances to win. You know what I'm saying? When you go against these teams, you gotta play a near perfect game. You know what I mean? So we have to attack. We have to attack Kansas City. If we could get to, we send them at them and trust. You know what I mean? The secondary. Send our pass rushers. Let them loose. Let them loose. Let all them guys loose and see what happens. You know what I'm saying? See what happens. Have somebody that's, the spy. You know what I mean? That's always spying on Mahomes because he can't get away. You know what I mean? And we'll be good. You got to collapse the pocket. Don't even let him run outside the pocket. You let him run outside the pocket. That's when it looked like he at his best. So we can't do that. We can't do that, Big Blue. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta attack the Chiefs. You know what I mean? Like, I believe if we got Andrew Thomas, y'all see the difference. You know what I mean? You'll see the difference and then understand how we could have won these first two games if we had Andrew Thomas there. I mean, that's our old pro left tackle. We need him. You know what I'm saying? We need him. Without him, we are hurting on the offensive line. But like I said, it picked up. We did better. You know what I mean? We did better when that dude fucking, what's his name? Hudson. You know what I mean? Now, they should have made him jump in the Hudson River after them first couple plays. You know what I'm saying? He should be cut. I do not want to see him at all again. And he on the sideline mad and stuff like that. What are you mad at? What could you possibly be mad at? You did all the dumb stuff. You know what I mean? You should be over there saying sorry. You should be over there saying sorry to the team. You know what I'm saying? Because you messed us up. You messed us up. And you're a cornball for that. You're a cornball for that. You know what I mean? So make sure y'all write in the comments too. You know what I mean? What y'all feel happened with the Dallas game, or should Shane Bowen go? And also let me know what y'all feel we need to do against the Chiefs. You know what I mean? If you're a Chiefs fan, that's TD, Tim Dog, you know what I'm saying? We'll be on Stephen A. Smith React page on the ESPN Recap Reaction 718 page Wednesday, you know what I mean, with the 718 Second Take team. You know what I mean? The TD is a big KC fan, and he been that way where they had Steve DeBerg. So it's like, hey, we 0-2, they 0-2. So we going against them. And I told them from the beginning we would beat them, but if we definitely need Andrew Thomas. So once we get the update to that, I'll be able to, come back and give a real prediction. Hopefully we know that before the show Wednesday. But shout out to Big Blue. Make sure y'all hit the likes, follow. New York Giants BGF Podcast. BGF stands for Boss is Good Forever. Just in case if y'all don't know. I'm OG Bass. Appreciate y'all. And you know what we gotta do. We gotta win. We got to, at least this game. You know what I mean? At least we'll feel good about winning this game. Because if we don't win this game, then you might as well put Jackson Dart in there by week 4, unless Russell Wilson go and have another, great game, dominant game like how he had. Like I said, he was dominant up until that last pass, and we don't know what happened. So we can't see the full field, on how it looked and how it was supposed to be, how the play was drawn up, or if, he just tossed it out there to give neighbors an opportunity. But we can't be doing that this week. Like I said, go with the run game against the Chiefs. The play action, of course, we get out. I ain't nothing wrong with having a 250 game. And our running as a whole have a good 200, 250. That's Giants football. Let's get back to that. Let's get the defense going. But I would definitely say, if we can't get it right, Bowen definitely got to go. He's definitely about to hang his own self. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, he's definitely about to hang his own self, man. And be up out of here. You heard? So, y'all know what it is. Shout out to the chat. I see y'all. We in the building.